You could walk into our newsroom sometimes and it'd be practically empty because the people are out there where the news is.
I think it's very important for a reporter to be thoroughly knowledgeable about the town, its politics, its people, the environment.
You have to get to know the city, and that doesn't mean just the difference between East 105th and Chester or
on the street always will say, what's the real story behind so-and-so? And I tell them, I told you the real story. We're not hiding anything.
We have weather warnings of any importance. They're on the air within minutes.
No, the whole idea of news, I think, is to get information to people so that they can make the best use out of it.
I never say, this is what you should do. I present these facts, and if they're persuasive.
The story behind the facts is really, how has this affected the people who were involved in that story? What's happened to them?
And that's what I look for in every story. How does it relate to our viewer?
We know that we have a certain obligation to inform our viewers as well as we humanly can.
TV5 Eyewitness News.
If you don't have people who can go out and get the story and really dig and really get the facts, you don't have much of a news department at all.
You've got to be able to sort out fact from fiction. You can't take everybody's word.
But more important than that, I think, is relating it to the audience and tell them how really that affects their world.
I think it's a case of wanting to do it right out of pride.
And that is quality news reporting, and our reporters do it.
TV5 Eyewitness News.
A good news organization has to have talented professionals right down the line.
Presentation is important, but accuracy is all important.
Because what we say and do is critical to the viewer.
People will say, I like what you do because you tell it the way it is. And I correct them slightly by saying, I tell you what I think it is.
Even in my speeches, the reason I go over is because it's a personal thing.
Maybe that's part of what being a good reporter is.
TV5 Eyewitness News.
I think the one thing that makes our news department work so well is the quality of our reporters.
I'll ask the question anytime that I think is the question that needs to be asked.
We're in the news gathering and the news telling business. We have to communicate the news, and if we don't get the news, we can't communicate.
I care about getting it first. I care about getting it right.
but you have to know your neighborhood. You have to know where different kinds of people live.
You have to tell people what's going on, to present the facts in a logical, understandable way.
Today, the people are much more educated. Health information is a vital part of what people want to know.
And you go that extra step to get that bit of information that people want that they can't get anywhere else.
I only say that which I believe.
I just keep plugging away until I get it done.
Where's he from, Cleveland, Ohio?
We're confident when we go on the air that the people who've covered the news all day with us have covered it well.
TV5 Eyewitness News.
The strength of this staff is it's fast, it's aggressive.
We have solid professional reporters who know and care about this community, and I think they can put their finger on the pulse of the people who live in this community and come up with the stories that most profoundly affects their lives.
TV5 Eyewitness News.
Look, you can take the news and read the cold, bare facts of a story and let it go as that, or you can relate it to an individual.
Yeah, facts are important, sure, but facts are only a very small part of the story.
Even when you're reporting hard news, you can look at the humanity in a story.
Because to be a good reporter, you have to be sensitive.
I think our reporters know the secret. They know that every single story involves a person or people.
TV5 Eyewitness News.
One of the strong things at 5 is that our people have been here.
I feel very fortunate to be a native Clevelander working in my hometown because
People see us there month after month, year after year, and that grows into a trust.
It's like one person talking to another and telling them what happened.
I think we do feel what this town's about because we've lived here a long time, and I think that comes through hopefully every day when we go onto the air.
TV5 Eyewitness News.
There is a difference at TV5. We take it one step beyond the hard news and zero in on the stories that affect your lives, your daily lives. They may not be the headlines you see in the evening newspaper, but they're stories that I think most people relate to.
TV5 Eyewitness News.
Our reporters have to know where to look for an interesting sidelight on life.
Listen to people's conversations at lunch, What is this guy over here behind me talking about, you know?
Okay, every story that I do, I try to put myself into it. I get involved in the story, and that allows the viewer to get involved too.
I become friends with a lot of them. I try to go out and blend in with them and find out what they're about. I get involved in it if it's not too dangerous.
There are good reporters behind us every single day we go on the air.
We have an Akron bureau, a guy that lives in Akron.
It gives us the ability to go live from Akron when we feel there's a need to.
I live in Canton, and people know that they can contact me.
If something happens at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we can have it on the 6 o'clock show.
I think the people of Northeast Ohio know that if something important happens, they're going to see it on 5.
TV5 Eyewitness News.
We need the best people possible to tell the news in the little bit of time that we have.
Simply put, that means you must be a good reporter.
It can be frustrating if you know that you only got 50 seconds to present it, but that's the challenge of the job.
Of course, there's a lot more than just, going on the air for 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
I think we have a good presentation, and accuracy, of course, is the most important thing.
The people who stay in this business and like the business are the people who never stop caring.
TV5 Eyewitness News.